Play.
How beautiful was that opening point? Just
Love 15.
oozing talent and class.
That's not bad either. I think we have sorted our technical gremlins out. We can bring Andrea Petkovic in. Petko, can you hear us first of all?
I can hear you great. Hello, Nick. And hello, Robbie. I've been talking this whole time. What do you mean? I don't understand.
Maybe not. She is there, I can tell you, because I can see her, Robbie.
I think she's ignoring us, Nick.
Oh, well, maybe it's just
the first.
Exactly.
Love 40.
Played a month later in Doha. Excuse me, that was Doha last year. A month later from the start of the year, where Anisimova got the only win against Kostyuk in 2025. Post the Australian wing at the start of the year. Tightly contested affair, almost 2.5 hours for Amanda to get the win in 2025.
Has it been a different pressure this year for Anisimova, do you think, having put herself right at the top table of this sport last year?
I think so. I think your game gets put under forensic scrutiny once you become a top-tier player, Nick. I mean, career high ranking of number 3 in the world. And how magnificent is the stroke production on that forehand ring. I just love it. Sometimes it can tend to be a little too flat if we're being critical, but boy, does she hit the ball out of the dead center of her racket. She does it on a consistent basis. She'll need to do it one more time here. And Nick, just to get back to your initial question, I think once you start to take your game to dizzying heights, people examine it like they never did before.
Advantage Kostyuk.
And then I guess you've got a bigger target on your back as well, right? So you have to deal with being a favourite a little more often.
Yep. And how many times have we heard great players speak about the very difficulty of dealing with that burden?
Game Kostyuk. First game.
And with the Australian Open Juniors did Kostyuk back in 2017. But of course won the biggest title of her career in the spring of this year. Outside of the majors, of course Madrid is one of the big ones in the spring. And she was able to lift the trophy there inside the magic box. And that proved to be a springboard for what was to come over the next 6 weeks or so.
Beat Mira Andreeva in that final, of course, just a couple of weeks later. Mira holding aloft
Marta Kostyuk to serve.
the Roland Garros trophy.
15 love.
Had a few coaching changes this year, hasn't she? Anisimova. Back with the man, of course, that guided her so successfully last season.
I believe that's Henrik Fleece Hoers. Hendrik, good Afrikaans name as well. Yeah, it's been it's a reunion for them, isn't it? They split after the Sunshine events this year, and Indian Wells and Miami took a break here of a couple of months. Now back together for the US swing. We're together for 2 seasons prior to taking the break. Of course, a Dutchman with a name like that.
Love 15.
Did play in the mixed, didn't she, a couple of days ago? It was the 16-team pair mixed doubles that was won last night on this court by Menchik and Mohova.
Played alongside Lerner Tien, who will be next up on this court against Flavio Cobolli. You can see the positive intent here early on from Kostyuk to go after the second serve of Anisimova. Those are the first 2 second serve points.
30-15.
Amanda has won.
Yeah, Anisimova dealt a very difficult first round match as well. Next week she'll take on Ashlyn Kruger, fellow American big server who has had a really good summer. Re-established herself inside the top 100. Certainly one of the picks of the first rounds on the ladies' side. Yeah, just a little untidy in these early stages.
She's had a couple couple of good forehands, but she does lose a bit of confidence. I was feeling a bit edgy, and I think she might be now given the scoreline. Because she doesn't have as much shape on the forehand as other players. She tends to make a few unforced errors off that side. It's a fine balancing act.
What's the word on the speed of the courts here this year, Rob?
Yeah, I heard from Eric
Advantage
Buderek,
Alexandra.
tournament director, that it's 1 point up on the court pace index from where it was at the start of last year's tournament. So they've sped it up ever so slightly, which I think is good. There's no doubt she'll be feeling nervous and edgy. Just want to get this first game, first meaningful digit alongside her name. Certainly back in the late 90s, early 2000s, it always used to be the fastest hard court, outdoor hard court of the year was the US Open.
Yeah, and if you take the average rally length as a barometer, that was pretty much still the case when you look at it. There isn't too many that are quicker than this one. Right now, though, Anisimova trying to avoid going down a double break already. A return that was full of attacking intent from Marta Kostyuk,
Costa leads 3
who
games
has
to
raced
5.
here to a 3-love lead.
See the forehand coming off her strings there, a lot more shape on it
Time.
than the Anisimova forehand.
So the Ukrainian, who is on the cusp of breaking the top 10 for the first time. Well, to Kostyuk then, having secured the opening 3 games. Well, in terms of her position in the world
15
rankings, you
love.
mentioned that she's just outside the top 10. She's around 500 points behind Anisimova right now, who occupies that 10th spot. But of course, the American defending those final points over the next fortnight.
That's more like it.
15 all.
Kostyuk with a few points to defend of her own, making the round of 16 here last year, losing to Karolina Muchova. That was not nicely dealt with.
30-15.
A couple of nice forehands in the opening game from Anisimova. Suddenly, she has gone cold off that wing. Just moving to the centre there before she made contact with the ball. And I can tell you, Nick, it's not a nice feeling when you're playing in front of a lot of people like this, and you've started poorly, and you know you've only got one set, and you want to give a good match out here to the fans, and you've played this poorly. It's an uncomfortable feeling. You start to get so tight, you go into your shell.
Let second serve.
Yeah, these weeks can be pretty busy, can't they, for a lot of top 10 players? They sort of have windows where they can do a lot of sponsor engagements in the weeks before majors as well. There'll be a few commitments in the city that they'll have to tick boxes for as part of their sponsorship deals. So there's a fair bit that goes on in this week leading into a major for the very best players in the world.
That is a thing of beauty. And sometimes the best way to unlock the shackles that you feel like you've had after a slow start to the match is just hit the cover of the ball. Almost play without consequence. So a couple of forehands like that. Forehands of a rich quality in the opening game. And they've left her.
Advantage Anisimova.
Hopefully come back in the nick of time here, Nick.
Chance to get her first game on the board.
Let for serve.
Ambitious, not quite sure she meant it to be as tight to the lines as that.
Deuce.
A fraction late. Tell you what I did like in that rally was the carving of the backhands from Kostyuk. Beautiful defense, and as we were alluding to, the pace of these courts will help a decent slice.
Advantage Kostyuk.
that's outrageous. What a stunning pass.
Tien Kostyuk. Kostyuk leads 4 games to love.
She continues to look extremely comfortable out here.
Should play a qualifier. Draw obviously made a little earlier today, Nick. So Kostyuk will be keeping a beady eye on who's playing in the last round of qualies.
Yep, and that'll be finished tomorrow, I can tell you. Because play has been cancelled for the day, so they'll be back tomorrow to finish the qualifying.
Out. 15 love.
Based down in Miami. There's Anisimova, that's the city that she calls home.
Let for serve.
Was managed as well by the legendary Gary Swain, who has managed John McEnroe for so many years. What a character, how many stories that guy's got. Whenever I see Gary on the bus on the way over from the city, always try and jump in next to him.
Oh! 15 all.
From the moment that she lost the opening game, she has looked distinctly unsettled out here. It's been an array of errors that we're not used to seeing from her.
Yeah, and for me, Nick, this is not a tennis thing. This is
30 all.
a nerves thing. She's been playing some good tennis of late. Quarterfinalist in Cincinnati, some good wins there.
Players change direction off their backhand, although when she's on quite as seamlessly as Anisimova does. What a useful weapon that was through the course of last season for her.
How good is the movement of Kostyuk? She's got some of the best defense on the women's tour. I love the soft skills, the improvisation with the forehand chip to stay in that rally. We saw in a previous rally using the backhand slice so intelligently. I think her tennis IQ has improved a lot over the last 18 months.
Let for serve.
Yeah, the Ukrainian has had 8 top 10 wins already this year. In fact, she's 8-6 against top 10 opposition in 2026. And just to give you some context, last year she was 1-7 against the top 10, so there's been a sizable shift in her ability to beat the best.
Deuce.
One of the most profound things I was reading about Kostyuk as to why she's been playing so well this season, Nick, and then she said she's trying not to tie her self-worth to her results. In other words, you go out there, you perform your best, and whatever happens, happens. Of course you want to win.
Deuce.
Yeah, we often talk about the ability, as you said earlier on, to play without consequence, to let it, once you have left the court, to be able to let it go. Can take a while, can't it, for athletes to get into that mode. Yeah, it's more like it.
Advantage Anisimova.
You also have a look at who Kostyuk has lost to in her last few events. It's the winner of the tournament.
Deuce.
No shortcuts either right now, are there? Kostyuk has given her nothing.
And you can just see it festering in Anisimova's mind, just trying to get this one game on the scoreboard. Tell you what, she wasn't that far away. And despite the fact that Anisimova has lost a few points in the forecourt when she's been in charge of those points, I love the fact that she's still prepared to come in.
Game Anisimova.
A game, hopefully, that will allow the American to play with a little more freedom from here on in. It's 4-1.
Kostyuk leads 4 games to 1.
So Marta Kostyuk thoroughly enjoying her evening. A couple of hours ago, I got the opportunity to have a quick chat with you. away from that interview, Rob, so many players at this time of year maybe are feeling a little fatigued, but to me it felt like quite the opposite.
Yeah, well said. Nice interview, nice chat with her there, Nick. Of course, the 2 titles in Rouen and Madrid. Playing well at the major semi-finals at the French and Wimby. Just a quick roll call of who's beaten her. French Open, Mira Andreeva goes on to win it. Wimbledon, Linda Noskova in the semis. Linda goes on to win it. In Canada, it's Iga Swiatek in the 4th round. Iga wins the tournament in Cincinnati, as I mentioned. Coco Gauff in the quarterfinals beats Kostyuk there. And we know the American went on to win in Cincy, so it's taken the very best and the best performers of the week to take her down. It's always a telltale sign, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been some good progression year by year, really, from Kostyuk. This year, that rise from 26 in the world up to 11. Yeah, it's been a steep one.
Oh, an arm serve. As if she's not beating Anisimova badly enough. She's toying with the underarm serve now.
She was a very good gymnast, wasn't she? She was a high-level gymnast back in the Ukraine in her early teens. So a lot of people, but when you do a lot of gymnastics in the early days, it gives you a nice foundation, doesn't it, to work with, you can take into other sports, and that's pretty clear with her. In terms of, you talk about what a great mover she is, how dynamic she is out of the corners, the balance she has, a lot of that you wonder if it does stem from the gymnastics that she took part in a lot as a young lady.
I remember hearing that from Jez Green, who has worked with the very best of them, from Andy Murray to Sasha Zverev for a long time. Teaches you great balance and spatial awareness of your body as well, how to coordinate it well.
Advantage Anisimova. Game Anisimova.
The underarm serve. That was something she regrets, because Anisimova has been able to secure a break for the first time here.
Kostyuk leads 4-2.
Just wondering if that underarm serve just irked Anisimova enough to spark that fire in her belly.
Picked the drop shot up early.
Love 15.
Once again, it's the soft skills, it's the subtle brilliance that she can complement the power game with it makes Kostyuk so effective.
Something has awoken the beast in Amanda Anisimova here, and I
15
agree
all.
with you too in the booth that it was the underarm serve. She seems a lot more alert and dynamic.
And it's also awoken your microphone, which is the best part.
I've been talking all this time, guys. What do you mean?
Those pearls of wisdom
30-15.
have gone unlistened, Andrea.
Yeah, it's a voice from the ether, but I'm glad to be with you, and it was a very enjoyable listen to you.
That's not a shot you see too often, a slice pass off the backhand side.
40-15.
With some good pace, though.
I know a German who once had a very good slice backhand.
It wasn't me.
I think she won 22 majors if memory serves.
Big second
40-30.
serve, that was 112 miles an hour.
Deuce.
Of course, alluding to the great Steffi Graf, who won here on a number of occasions. 5-time champion, if memory serves.
Keeps herself very much to herself these days, doesn't she?
Yep.
Husband Andre, of course, has been front and centre over the last couple of years, but Steffi very much behind the scenes.
And I believe there might be a
Anisimova.
documentary in the making for Agassi, and if that is indeed, if that rumour is true, I cannot wait to see that one come out. If it's half as good as his book Open was, wow. It'll be a great watch.
Yeah, in production, I think that is, isn't it, right now? So we are informed.
Game Anisimova.
3 games in a row then for the American.
Kostyuk leads 4 games to 3.
He's making this opener this evening that much more competitive.
Andrea, I was just wondering, in a match like this where maybe Amanda hasn't started particularly well,
Marta, what a start to this first set you had. And only set, what a start to the set you had. Now it got a little closer. What do you think happened there?
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm enjoying. I'm doing different things. She played good. I didn't play well in some moments, but yeah, I'm just, you know, trying to put some show.
It looked to me like you wanted to stay out here a little longer. Am I right in thinking that?
Well, a little bit more for people, you know. I mean, I'm not playing for myself.
Well, we'll love watching you play and continue to do so.
character, big personality. And there's a lot of fire that she carries with her. As we discussed earlier on, her coach has talked extensively about trying to manage her emotions, let her be herself.
Certainly seems to have found the formula this season, given the win she's had against top 10 opposition, because that's when you get tested to the nth degree, right? The very best players will put you under an extreme amount of pressure. But as they say, no pressure, no diamonds. And it has been a sparkling year for her so far. And hopefully she can finish it on a high.
Get herself up to a career high number 3 around the time of the Australian Open back in January. And those 2 big titles we just got a little look at. Of course, in Doha, that was at the start of last year, and then in Beijing she finished the year really strongly through the Asian swing, did Anisimova. A totally different player right now than the one we saw in the opening 30 minutes.
Love 30. $15.30.
What an injection of pace. 2 very different forehands she played back to back.
And it's gotten a little spicier down here in terms of atmosphere, just from courtside feeling.
Game Kostyuk leads 5 games to 3.
Andrea, I'm very keen to get your thoughts on how important it is to play a set like this before the tournament starts, under match conditions. You can learn a lot about yourself before the real thing gets underway.
I agree with you, Robbie. I think it's crucial, and especially if you have the opportunity. You don't have the opportunity everywhere, but I think it's good to train your mind for the stress that is about to hit you. These players train serves and forehands and backhands, and then the stress hits them like a wall when they enter the court, especially if you have play a night session on Arthur Ashe. So having the opportunity to dip your toe in the sea is so important.
30 love.
Very sweetly timed half volley. Changed direction off it as well. Added to its quality.
Game Anisimova.
A little serve and volley thrown in the mix as well.
Kostyuk leads 5
Done a
games
good
to
job.
4.
Reeling her in. It's 5-4 for Kostyuk.
perhaps a little bit more relaxed now. She's managed to secure 4 games. Of course, a portion of the proceeds this evening will benefit the USTA Foundation, and there's a decent crowd in. I reckon it's close to about 18,000-20,000. Not quite capacity, but not far off. It's been like that every day, from Arthur Ashe Kids Day on Sunday, whatever events we've had on. There's been such a great atmosphere in and around the grounds. Slightly dampened this evening with the rain, but of course that's the beauty of having a roof over the big house now. And of course we're lucky enough to have one on the Louis Armstrong court too. What a construction that turned out to be, and of course looks for the most part now that the rain is passing through the borough of Queens where we are, and of course the Manhattan skyline in the background.
Two players side by side in the world rankings, side by side on the biggest stage in this sport this evening, trying to fine-tune their games ahead, of course, Sunday's start to the US Open.
Time.
Marta Kostyuk looking to put the seal on the first win of the evening here. Just couldn't quite get that to drop in time. And a couple of points to finish off the opening match of the night. And that'll do it. And it got a little more complicated as the set progressed, but it's the Ukrainian who will hold sway to take the victory here this evening over last year's finalist. Sustained quality throughout for the most part. Marta Kostyuk is a 6-4 winner here.
It's just a barometer of her confidence. How quickly she came out of the gates. Certainly is feeling fresh. Hasn't played too much this season. She's managed her schedule well.
Acts as learner's agent. What have been the big areas of focus for improvement for Lerner? Rob, you're pretty close to the team.
Yeah, I think remaining offensively minded, but I think the biggest improvement still to come will be the serve. He's had a few elbow issues the last couple of months. He hasn't had the sleeve on during the mixed or this evening. So that's a good sign. Hopefully that's progressing, the recovery and the rehab of it. Yeah, just also getting more comfortable with life on tour, week in and week out.
Game Tien.
That's a very strong start from the 20-year-old.
First game.
Let's bring Andrea Petkovic into our conversation. Andrea, when you look at Lerner's game, how much more room for growth do you see from him?
Oh, that's a great question that I did not expect, because I was just going to talk about all the growth that he's already had behind
Flavio,
him. So what's still ahead? I think Robbie hit it on the head with saying just the power. Very simple, just a few more miles per hour here and there. Serve, I think he would be hugely beneficial for Lerner if he could get a few more points, free points here and there. I think he's already doing a great job there and has improved so much. But he's already so good. It's so fun. I love watching him play because the tennis IQ on display with him is so high.
Oh. Of course, we were down under when he came onto our radar in 2025 in that match against Daniil Medvedev, and 4 hours and 48 minutes of just high-octane tennis. What do you remember of that period?
Well, I remember a very short night of sleep for me personally, but also for the two men who were involved. And I just thought it was amazing. I always thought of Daniil Medvedev as the chess player in tennis. And then having this young kid, he was only a teenager back then, having him out-chess the chess master of tennis was just mesmerizing to watch.
Yeah, wasn't it just... We were down there as well, weren't we, Nick? Medvedev, the master of the long rallies, and especially on a hard court. Tien just one-upped him.
Yeah, and let's not forget he beat him there this year as well. Back-to-back years, of course, he beat Medvedev in the run of 16. When you talk about a tennis IQ, what does that look like? Because are you talking about decisions that he makes? Are you talking about his ability to unpick opposition?
Absolutely. Decision making. That's what a great tennis IQ is all about. Knowing when to play neutral. When to take on a bit more risk. And I think a lot of it stems from understanding your own strengths and weaknesses. If you don't change direction as well with a forehand up the line, well, you don't do it as often. If you do it better off the backhand, then you take that shot on a little more often.
That's game Cobolli.
Yeah, and understanding situations as well. If you can sense that your opponent isn't playing well, is making a lot of unforced errors, then you don't have to go for as much. You can, you know, reduce the margins. absolutely vaporized that forehand.
15 love.
Petka, you've played the sport at the highest level. What comes to your mind when you think about great tennis intelligence?
That what we just saw right there. I think it's patterns. A lot in tennis is geometry. How do you use the court? How do you use the angle? And that's what Tien does so well. Another thing for me is how quickly does a player adapt to the opponent, because you go into a tennis match with a certain strategy, and after 5-6 games you might notice, oh, your opponent is doing something you didn't expect. And it always feels with Lerner that he is willing to adapt, and he's quick on his feet in more sense than just one. And the decision making, I agree with you, Robbie. I called the match that when he beat Alexander Zverev, who was #2 in the world back then, and Lerner did not make one single wrong decision. It was insane to watch. It was 6-4, 6-3, I believe. And I had never seen that for a teenager.
Just a fraction off balance, though. As he pulled the trigger on that ball. And that's given the Italian something of an opening.
Game.
And a couple of mistakes at the back end of that game.
Cobolli leads
That's the
2
world
games
number
to
6. And it does make the first move here. His record on North American hard courts up until really last week in Cincinnati wasn't a little underwhelming. Of course, still relatively new to the tour. It's easy to get caught up in records and numbers, isn't it, when you look at these players? But you also have to remember that someone like Cobolli really has only had about 18 months to 2 years on the tour so far.
Yeah, you're bang on, Nick. The 2024 season was the first time that Flavio played in the main draw of all 4 majors.
Time.
So Flavio Cobolli. Having grabbed the early break here, serving 2-1.
That's his best serve.
15 love.
You watch a lot of Cobolli's matches, you will see that his serve down the middle and the due sides is unreal.
Assistant on the tennis court tonight. Lerner, who you got? Where are you going? All right. who's going to help lure Tien on our Thrash Stadium?
We've got a great coming here, Nick.
Definitely. This young man.
12-year-old Mohamed Drameh. Let's go, Mohamed.
And he plays his tennis in the Harlem Junior Tennis.
Harlem Junior Tennis and Education Program. New York, get
Education
loud.
program, here he is.
Mohamed. Let's see it.
And he's got a chance to shine.
I think he was just saying to Lerner, shall I go easy on him or not?
I think the answer to that is definitely no.
Well, I love the fact he is not afraid to grip it and rip it. That's my boy. Oh. In your life, have you ever seen anything like it?
Let's go, Mohamed. Keep it going, New York. Get him up. Let's go. High fives all around.
What a great experience for this young man.
Show him some love, New York. Come on.
And a couple of points that he won't forget for some time.
A bit of aerial activity early on. This guy,
30 love.
he's got to be feeling pretty good about his game.
Yeah, comes in here having made the semi-finals in Cincinnati. Fought his way through some close matches that week as well.
40 love. Game Cobolli. Cobolli leads 3 games to 1.
Heavy kick serve that he has out wide on the outside is just so good for all the different surfaces, isn't it? Gets so much bite on the clay.
15 love.
He's similar to a good pitcher, isn't he? You know, think about the variety of serves that he has. He can certainly keep you guessing, keep you off balance with it.
30 love.
Yeah, he's no Kenny Powers, who's only got the fastball.
Out. 30-15.
His unfortunate at Wimbledon this year was Tien. He was struck down with a stomach problem, wasn't he? That came out of nowhere. Midway through his match with Marta Fucsovic. Very uncomfortable. He limited his ability to play that day. Did end up finishing the match, but it was a major hindrance to him. Very quickly found himself in hospital doing some tests in London. Couldn't really get to the bottom of the problem.
Game 10.
It's a serve that will work very nicely for him. More
Cobolli
often
leads
than
3
not.
games to 2.
I think in a moment or two, Pekovic is going to be having a chat with young Mohammed. And the 20-year-old American. Let's go downstairs and hear what they have to say.
Well, thank you, guys. I'm here with Lerna and Mohammed. Hi. Mohammed, you played amazing. How was it to be out on Arthur Ashe?
It felt I felt very nervous and excited at the same time.
Did you help Lerna? Did he help you out? I think you needed some assistance after that break, right?
Yeah, I mean, I needed a little break. He gave me a little break. It was nice to sit back and watch tennis instead of playing, so it was great. Thank you.
What did you think of Mohammed's tennis?
He was great. I couldn't tell he was nervous. He came out playing well. Got Flavio the second point, got him pretty good. So,
how was it playing against Flavio?
I didn't know what to expect. I thought I was going to lose every point.
But you won 1 point.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
He's angry at you now. Thank you. It was lovely meeting you.
That's some pretty good technique, Rob, as well.
Yeah. There's definitely something to work with there, Nick. And I love the personality as well. It tells you a lot about a kid.
Tennis's gain was AS Roma's loss. Because, of course, he was, as we can see from these skills, a pretty handy football player. Soccer player. Back in Italy. He was part of the setup at Roma for many years.
He had to make a decision when he was 14, didn't he? To either take on tennis full-time or go to football.
Time.
Italians in football, it's not a subject you want to breach at the moment, is it?
No.
15 left.
Yeah, of course, his best friend, Eduardo Bove, he grew up with playing for Roma. He plays in England.
Out. 15 on.
Eduardo, I remember, actually suffered a cardiac arrest about 18 months ago as well, whilst playing in Italy.
And of course, once you've had an incident like it, you're not allowed to play in Division 1 in Italy, are you?
That's right, which is why he plays in England right now. Flavio's childhood friend.
Second serve.
And you see the big picture with Cobolli's game, Rob. Obviously, you'd sense that clay court probably going to be a surface that he wins a lot of matches on. How does this game translate to the hard from your perspective? The slightly quicker hard courts, is he still someone that can...
Absolutely. I think when you move as well as he does, that's a massive ingredient. We spoke about the tennis intelligence of Tien. Lerner recognising the space and being able to exploit it. I didn't think Flavio had a chance of getting that one back into court.
Ball.
Purely struck two-hander.
Yeah, I think, Nick, if you have a look at his winning percentage on the different surfaces, he is slightly behind on the hard courts at ATP level. Did just over 52% of the wins on this surface, but I think he's getting better. Best winning percentages on clay. Oh, that's unlike Lerner. And his numbers on grass not too far behind
4 games, 2-2.
his winning percentage on clay, which is 62.59 on the grass. So he's definitely not too one surface sided.
15 left.
I could remember that around 70% of the tour these days is played on hard courts.
And half of the majors.
30 left.
Two third rounds at the US Open. Back-to-back seasons. They'll have a testing opening first round, I think, against Francisco Comasagna in the opening round here when the draw came out earlier today. Oh, stop it. He's a kind man, Nick. He's a very kind man.
Cobolli leads 4 games to 3.
He certainly is. I think he is going to have a quick chat in a second with Andrea Petkovic.
Thank you for you, Flavio. You've been out here a lot. You've played mixed doubles yesterday, late night. Today again back. How's your body and your tennis feeling at this stage?
Actually, I came here and I never practiced. I just came and I played the mix. So my tennis feeling is really nice. I mean, I'm feeling very well on the court. I love to play here in Arthur-Ashe. And yesterday I enjoyed a lot. I was a little bit mad at the end, but we really had fun, and I really like the mix like this. So now that I can play again here with Lern, I'm really happy.
You look like you are made for New York. Is that correct? Would you say?
Yeah. I love New York. I love the vibe that I feel when I play here. The crowd is a little bit loud, but I love it. I love to walk around when I play, and there are many funny guys here, so America is always special.
Arthur-Ashe is now your living room, I think. We are looking forward to seeing you in the real thing, Flavio.
Yeah, he's made some good moves in the last 12 months. In fact, when he came to the US Open last year, he was ranked 26 in the world. So he has climbed the rankings nicely. In fact, number 6 in the world, but he's 4th in the race this year. And I think you also have to go back to that run in the Davis Cup last year, Rob, because there was a lot of expectation and pressure on his shoulders in Bologna. He was the #1 player, and he came up with the goods there.
Yeah, didn't he just? Of course, there was so much talk about that because Sinner had decided that he wasn't playing. And I remember me and you having that discussion because you covered all the Davis Cup ties. And at the time, I remember saying to you, I think that's so disrespectful from the Italian media, because let's not forget about the rest of the team that you've got behind you. You've got Cobolli, you've got Berrettini, you've got great doubles players to lean on if you need them.
Their captain, Filippo Volandri, right now really does have an embarrassment of riches at his disposal. 3 in a row. The Italians have won now in terms of Davis Cup titles.
Yeah. And of course, it was this guy who won the deciding match against Muno. Saved a couple of match points. Or had a couple of match points before eventually securing it. Lost the first set 6-1. I'm pretty sure he might have saved a match point or two to avoid going to the doubles and clinching it right there. Didn't need Bolelli and Vavasori.
Yeah, how nice to do it alongside Matteo Berrettini as well, someone that he spent a lot of time with in juniors. Fascinating as well right now with the sort of dynamic of global tennis, because there are obviously a lot of Italians at the top of the sport. And a lot of federations are looking at what Italy are doing. They're trying to source some of the reasons why they're producing them as many players as they are.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons they are producing so many good players is good coaching. And I think that's a key ingredient.
Push that shot a little low. And Cobolli. And they also don't seem to want to detach coaches that have done a lot of the work in the early days, did they, as well? It feels like there's that sort of element of what can we do to help you? Rather than some federations these days who you feel as though some of the coaches have done their work, it's time to move on to somebody else. That obviously a lot of the coaches in Italy that do the work in the early days are often sort of kept on. There's a lot of trust placed in them. What a bit of skill that was. Initially with the drop shot.
Cobolli leads 5 games to 3.
And then the field with the lob.
His early childhood coach was Vittorio Magnelli. Decent player was Vittorio, also coached out of the Parioli club.
Yeah, that club has a role to play during the tournament in Rome, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the offside practice, Nick. How beautiful is that?
15-all.
Some of that shot making and artistry has got to be in the DNA of Flavio.
30-15.
Of course, he lives in Rome now, but he was born in Florence.
30-all.
Just bullying the Tien second serve at the moment.
Out. 40-30.
He's a regular training partner of Carlos Alcaraz in the off-season.
About as flat as you can hit it. Still able to keep it in the court.
And that's my favorite part about Flavio Cobolli's forehand, is that he has so many different ways to play it. He can play very heavy, a lot of spin. He can flatten it out, has the angle, drop shots. Such a great shot.
That is filthy feel right there.
Advantage.
It's not easy to get a clap out of Dad. Even he enjoyed that. That's my boy.
The perfect view of it, but he's not quite hit it as perfectly as he thought he had done.
I'll tell you what I do like this year as well is the illumination of the red strips on the net posts this year. There it is again.
Which probably has even more value here, given how loud it is, because it's not always easy to hear the call in New York. Inside Arthur Ashe, where, as Robbie said, it's a cacophony of noise.
Advantage, Tien.
Got some good side spin on that. These are all the days of playing mini tennis as junior.
Net for serve.
Does come in handy every now and then. Waiting for the courts to dry, play a little bit of minis.
Cobolli around the court impressively.
Advantage, Tien. Game, Tien.
The hold for the American.
5 games to 4.
It will be Cobolli, though, to look to serve for this set. Got a wild card here for the first time in 2022, did Lerner, and into the main draw of the US Open. That was the first time he played at a main tour level event. Of course, the wildcards here at the US Open distributed to a winner of Kalamazoo, under 18 nationals, the NCAA champion. As both of those winners of those events given wildcards into the main draw here. Tien, the 4th highest ranked American right now. 10 men from the US inside the top 100. Getting into the final major of the year. Comes to pack led by Ben Shelton. I think he's playing an exhibition of his own tonight, isn't he, Rob?
I think he is inside the world of Astoria, one of the ballrooms there.
left.
I think he's got one of the best serves out there for somebody who's not very tall. Beautiful movement through the air. Good at shutting that door closed with the 4-number run.
That is his favourite shot right there. Inside out forehand from the middle of the court. And he's made it his own. As if to prove the first strike wasn't by luck. He repeats the trick.
Game to match Cobolli. 6 games to 4.
Well, he's enjoyed himself out here on Arthur Ashe over the last 3 days. Cobolli.
Love 15.
The youngest of 2 daughters is Eva. To Serbian immigrants, father Bojan and mother Jelena. They're both pharmacists back in Southern California. Andrea Petkovic is courtside for us. Let's focus a little bit on Jovic. Petko, first of all, how much have you seen of this summer, and how do you assess the progress that she continues to make?
I've seen a lot of her, and I've been so admiring her progress. I called her match last year here that she lost to Paolini, and exactly what Robbie said. I thought, ooh, does she have the punch? Does she have the power? And 3 months later, she was virtually a transformed player at the Australian Open. Had gotten a lot more athletic, had worked in the gym, and I happen to know her performance coach quite well. He's a German, Florian Zitzelsberger. I will not make you try to pronounce his name. And he said she's been incredible, just wants to get better, doesn't care about anything else, always listens, always is humble, such a hard worker, and a great person too. Both women, great people.
I've got a similar story I'd like to share as well, Andrea, that was told to me by our good friend Nick Monroe about Eva Jovic. Good start. He was doing a training camp down in Orlando, where the National Training Center is for the USTA, and he was going in early one morning. I think about around 9 o'clock was when most of the practices were going to get started, and he was in there at least an hour earlier, and he was just organizing things before the practice was about to get underway. And as he went into one of the rooms, this young lady came out, and he got such a fright because he didn't expect to see anybody there that early. And he said to her, "Well, what are you doing?" And she said, "No, she's just been in there for an hour, just doing some visualization and what she wants to work on and practice, what she wants her shots to look like." And right there and then, it gave Nick a real insight to how seriously she takes the mental side of the sport. And I thought that was incredible at such a young age.
The staggering thing to me of that story is to understand at 18 the concept of the value of that, isn't it? Because some people don't grasp that until they're 26, 27, and yet already, having spent just a year on the tour, she sees the value in side of things.
I'll never forget an interview that another friend of ours, Renee Stubbs, did with Bianca Andreescu. And it was after she won the US Open, but that year, if you remember, Andreescu was injured quite a lot. And she spoke about that same thing as well, Nick. She told Stubbsy how much visualization she would do every single day when she was out. She didn't play much tennis between Miami and Roland Garros, and then didn't play from Roland Garros to Toronto. She was off. She would play a match in her head every day, visualize every point, every serve, how the point was playing out.
Herself in the point, and the opportunity was there. She wasn't able to take it. Yeah, made a run to the quarterfinals in Melbourne at the start of the year. Petko was touching on that while she played at the start of this season. It was Sabalenka eventually that upended her there.
And that's the dad you mentioned. Her parents, the man with the glasses, is Bojan Jovic. And if we want to talk strictly in details what she has improved apart from the physical aspect of her game, Iva Jovic, it's the forehand and the second serve. They were really last year junior appropriate, not senior appropriate, and it took her all of 2-3 months to become a top 20 player. And looking for more, hungrier yet. And it's so great to see with such a young player.
He's been coached by Tom Guttridge for a while now as Jovic.
15 love.
Tom worked for the USTA as part of the national setup. The one thing we've learned about Eala is that she does not like to back off the baseline a whole lot. She is someone who likes to take control of the rally, hyper-aggressive. It's outstanding.
Let's have a look at the service motion that Andrea was talking about. The palms down when the racket goes up. She's a player who brings the back foot up. Decent extension and drive with the legs. Head could still stay up a fraction longer, but it's a very neat service motion.
It's a pretty good upper body rotation, doesn't she, Rob, as well, through the serve? Of course, that generates a lot of the power.
Yeah, that torque that we so often speak about. Of course, Pete Sampras was the king of it. I think somebody who we saw a little earlier, Flavio Cobolli, he's got some beautiful rotation with the upper body. You can almost see his back when he's serving to you.
the draw has actually pitted these two in the same section. And there is a chance that they may well meet in the third round. Certainly, if they both win their opening couple of matches, that'll be the case. Eala starts off against a qualifier. Jovic plays Magdalena Frack in her first match next week. Just left the door open. And Eala was able to exploit the space. A couple of breaks here in succession.
Game Eala. Jovic leads 2 games to
1. Well, this just goes to show you how good these players are, because you just get half a second extra on a shot and you just make your opponent pay. Look at the eyes light up. I don't know if there was a little wry smile on her face there for a second because she saw the ball was coming to her. Yeah, that ability to anticipate. And of course, even that anticipation is a calculation, because if Jovic goes down the line with the forehand, Eala's just making her hit the ball to a slightly tougher target. It's a higher part of the net. Yes, you've done well there. You've read me. Yeah, higher part of the net. Smaller amount of court to hit into. More often than not, players, when they've got an easy shot, they tend to go cross court. A bit more space there, you're hitting the ball over the lower part of the net.
Thoroughly enjoying Mohamed's little cameo in the previous match. We may have another youngster heading out here to hit a few balls.
So we have Amanda here from the education program and attempting to serve. And I feel like she should have returned first. I think that would have been better. Because Eala and Iva Jovic have gone on the other side, and seeing both on the other side, I would be scared. So I can only imagine how Amanda must be feeling.
Oh, it's Eala with the play on.
Just toyed with two of the best players in world tennis. part of the setup at the Harlem Junior Tennis and Education Program.
I tell you what, they'll be all over her Instagram tomorrow, won't it?
Yeah, too true.
Capture those memories.
Back to business, though. Say that her upbringing has been a raw one. Of course, she picked up the game because of her grandfather. He was the one that introduced Alex to the sport. And her older brother actually played tennis for Penn State. Part of the college program over there. And as Robbie touched on, Alex made the move to Spain in her early teens to go and train at the Nadal Academy in Mallorca. Big move.
You talk about building resilience, doing it away from home. It's not easy. I think it was in the Andy Roddick's podcast, Nick, where she was talking about the fact that it was so difficult to get courts in the Philippines. She used to get up so early to have a hit before school. She was up at 4 a.m. to get to the courts at 5 to have a hit before school.
History of players from the Philippines, no tennis history really to speak of, really, is there?
Yeah, and she was saying as well that, full academic day, then after school it was more sport, then do the homework, didn't get to bed till about 10 o'clock at night after dinner, and it was day in and day out like it, 6 days a week. Certainly with the late nights on a Saturday, 5 days of school, working hard on a Saturday when she could get court time. And when she went to the academy, she felt like she had so much time. Everything was so customized. Having grown up in a very tough environment there in the Philippines served her so well.
Yeah, she won Tarbes, which of course is the standout under 14 junior event in world tennis. That was back in 2018. She was a champion there.
And I want to hear you two guys' opinion. Don't you think that Eala and Jovic play very similar, except that Alex obviously is a lefty, but both have great returns, both like to change up the line, both slightly more stable backhands. It's just fun to watch from down here to see who can pull the trigger up the line first.
Yeah, bang on, Petka. They both hold the baseline so well. And when they strike in the ball well, it's just like, it's like a Wii tennis, just pinging it back and forth. Love this camera angle. You get a real feel for the pace of the shots that they're hitting, the movement. It's a magnificently manufactured point from Beautiful offense and defense. Keeping the rally alive. Eala does that so well, always asking the extra question. This time, the American did indeed have the answer.
Devastating. Pre-planned attack.
15-30.
So adept at taking the ball up the line. Changing direction quickly. Good extension through the shot.
That is superb. Early, accurate.
30-40.
So tough to defend.
He actually went back to the Philippines after that run to the second week of Wimbledon. She made it, she has. Just enough spin to bring it down in time.
There's nothing wrong with this shot of Jovic. It's the perfect play. And there's not a lot of angle to work with there, and she has used the full width of the court. The feel on that backhand side is simply exquisite.
Andrea, you hung your rackets up 4 or 5 years ago. How have you seen it change? How do you think the women's tour has changed tactically, technically, or will advance in the next couple of years? Because, of course, we've got two of the bright young stars of this sport. What do you see changing, if anything, in women's tennis?
It's a great question, Nick, and I do think that we talked about Iva Jovic's athletic advancement in the last few months, and I think that's something that has really changed in women's tennis. Everyone is tall now, everyone is athletic and powerful and quick, around the court, agile as well. And there's just a certain foundation you need now if you want to succeed in women's tennis, and these two definitely have it.
Wasn't quite able to get hold of that return.
Jovic leads 3 games to 2.
Jovic nudges ahead once again. Andrea has not just answered our question, she is up out of her seat, and she is alongside Alex Eala.
Alex, this is your first time on Alcaraz. How has it been so far?
It's been amazing. Like the stadium is packed, so electric.
Yeah. How do you approach sets like this? A little practice, but maybe also trying out some things for the serious thing next week?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's a great way to practice against a great opponent, amazing court, and it really gets the atmosphere of the match. So I think the way I approach these things is to really focus on myself. And it's a good exercise to kind of switch back and forth between fun and really locked in, you know.
Are you able to do that well?
I think so. I'm working on it. You know, in matches normally I'm go. So it's nice to like let loose and have a little fun. Yeah.
We're having a great fun watching both you. Keep going.
Well, rest in peace to the great Dolly Parton, paying tributes all around the world. What an asset she was to her industry, and we'll be hoping that this young lady can be a great asset to ours, and she certainly is already. First Filipina to win a tour title. It was a scene down there in DC. Shout out to our good friend Mark Iron for a phenomenal event that he puts on there. The only combined WTA ATP 500 series event on tour.
Time.
Certainly loves his tennis, doesn't he? I'm sure he'll be here at some point over the next fortnight.
Well, the first time Eala came onto my radar, Nick, was in Miami last year. She got a wild card. She was ranked 140 in the world. Have a listen to some of the players she beat to get to the semi-finals. Ostapenko, major champion. Madison Keys, a major champion. Paula Badosa got a walkover there. So points.
20-15.
Just love the soft feel and hand skills. And of course, just to conclude my thought there, beat Iga Swiatek in the quarterfinals. That's really what blew everything up back at home after that win. Eventually losing out in almost 2.5 hours in the semis of Miami to Jessica Pegula.
Yeah, and in the space of 10 days went from 140 in the world to 70. And within the space of 10 days, she had halved her ranking. Also nearly won her first title in Eastbourne, didn't she, as well, that summer? Had championship point to beat Maya Joint there. Couldn't quite seal the deal that day, but
40-30.
the wait wasn't a long one.
Organises her feet so well and so quickly after the serve, does Eala. Make sure that she is so well prepared for that very first strike after the serve.
Pretty clear the relationship these two have is a very healthy one.
How did it affect you playing against a good friend? And did it matter? Did it have a greater effect when your ranking was higher versus when your ranking was lower?
That's a great question, Robbie. So my good friend was Angie Kerber, and we played each other all the time. And I think it's much easier when you've been on tour for a couple of years. So I do wonder how these two go about it. And I might ask them later if I get the chance. Just because I found it 2 years into the tour, I found it so easy. Alex was just talking about switching from fun to serious, and I found it so easy to switch back and forth.
So far, and both playing their part.
Are you kidding me? Absolutely mainline from both players. Rocking the house.
spot on that serve. She is all over it.
30 all.
And she was able to do that. Some really nice movement out of that delivery.
40-30.
On this occasion.
Jovic leads 4 games to 3.
Two thoroughly enjoying themselves out there. As Jovic finds herself back in front. Andrea Petkovic has made her way over to the Americans bench. Let's hear what she has to say.
Eva, Alex just said that she's trying to find the balance between fun and seriousness. How are you approaching this whole thing?
You know, I'm trying to be serious, but I'm getting a little distracted looking at Alex in that dress on the other side. It's hard to focus, you know, but...
The mesh, is it the mesh?
It's the mesh, it's just the way she's hitting the ball, it's mesmerizing.
Okay, there's a lot going on, but how do you approach these things? Do you try to win, or because I know you're very competitive?
Yeah, you know, I'm a competitor, so obviously I want to come out here with a win tonight, but I'm challenging myself to give the people what they came for, get into some crazy rallies, and I think we're doing a good job of that. Both.
Oh, you're so entertaining. What was the little chat about just earlier?
You know, we're plotting something, so you guys will see very soon.
We are very excited.
Okay, that's a little tease, wasn't it? 18 years of age. Having been as high as 14 in the world. That's where she sits right now, coming into this final major of the year. At the start of the year really was a nice springboard for what was to come this season. Also the majors, she lost in the last 32 at Roland Garros to Naomi Osaka. Jess Pegula it was that beat her at Wimbledon in the run of 16.
And that to me is Eva Jovic's best shot, the backhand down the line when she's in position. It seems like she can hit it as hard as she possibly can, and it looks so repeatable time and time again.
And Andrea, I think we can almost say the same about Eala's backhand. That thing is so good. So right now, you have to choose one backhand for the rest of your career out of the two ladies. I'm going to give you till the end of the game to decide which one you're going to pick.
That's a good one, Robbie.
serve.
I'll take Eva Jovic's backhand. Thank you very much.
I suspect there's a Serbian connection there, Nick.
Might well be right.
It's difficult for a right-hander to put themselves into the body of a left-hander. So I guess there's just more familiarity. I would be happy with both backhands, though.
Ditto that.
Took control off the return and didn't allow Eala the opportunity to get back in the point. Yeah, what's going on here? I think they're heading over to their respective teams.
Namendel.
There you go.
They did say they were plotting something, so here we go. Dad versus dad. Yeah. Which dad will prevail?
This is pretty cool because they would have spent thousands of hours driving their kids around to tournaments, traveling with them, endless hours, training them in front of nobody so they could shine in front of everybody one day.
And we'll see how much they've learned, Bobby, in the next minute or so.
Don't give up yet. One more. Come on, Team Eala. Let's see it. One more. Who wants one more, New York? Let's see it. Let's go. Let's go.
He has been teasing us with those first couple of serves.
Dad Michael was looking for the poach. Didn't quite work out as he envisaged.
Mr. Eala and Mr. Jovic.
That is really cool.
This family mix-up with New York. Give it up. Come on, guys. Show them some love.
So I think when Alex's dad there was telling her to move her feet, it was a case of do as I say, don't do as I do. Beautiful. What an awesome moment. The perfect moment for a night like this, Nick.
also, like you say, required in order for these events to unfold. You don't see it, do you?
No, you don't.
See the end product so often, the end result.
It's in. No red illuminations on the side of the net, which means that the ball was good.
It is a well-rounded game, isn't it, that Jovic possesses?
You know, these guys, they want a bit of a high five. Pay the big bucks for the front row. Get the interactions.
Stayed with it.
30 all.
And it feels like that serve of Jovic has been one of the fundamental differences between the two this evening, Nick. It's got some nice pop on it. A couple of important free points.
These two have produced for almost an hour. It's been eye-catchingly good.
It's been on PlayStation tennis. Just how quickly the ball has been pinged back and forward, and just when you think that Jovic has got control of the joystick, it's Eala who's ripped it from her, and she's the one who's then controlling proceedings.
Yeah, it's the tempo, Rob, of the rallies, isn't it?
So quick, isn't it?
Oh!
Two players, without doubt, to watch here at the US Open next week. Jovic looking to wrap up the set. Such a high standard of tennis that these two have put out there this evening. The distinctly possible that they may well meet in round 3 here. We'll get this set underway. He suffered that injury, Roland Garros last spring, didn't he? Did try to make a comeback last summer briefly. But it was a full 9 months, really, out of the game.
Out. 30 love.
France have had a number of good players, haven't they, over the years, but they haven't had a major champion. And a lot of people back in France pinning their hopes.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of men's tennis, we've had a couple on the women's side. It was Andy Murray's voice in my head there. A little bit of certain volley even. That's how confident this young man is feeling, and I think he must be feeling about as good as you possibly could. Yes, how about that? He's got a good relationship with his coach as well, that man in the blue there, Ivan Sinkus, who was with Marin Cilic for a number of years, coached at the same club where Marin played out of. And he does not take any nonsense. He puts his young charge in place when he needs to be. And Arthur has said in a couple of interviews he needs it. Ivan's right.
Christophe Fliegen, the coach of Alex Michelsen, the Belgian former player, had a long spell with Talon Griekspoor. Did Christophe? Been together about a year, I think, haven't they now? In London.
15.
I was just about to tell you the conversation earlier today revolved around how he thinks Fliegen's improved his serve. Just about to say it, throws in a double fault. But he does feel that's an area of his game that has improved. Well, if that's just a little appetizer of what's to come, we could be in for a real treat.
And I love that Arthur's dad just hid his eyes behind his hands. He's already worried about his son. He was not in Cincinnati. He's just come here to New York. So he already has to be worried about Fils.
Andrea, you were in Cincinnati. What did you see in Arthur Fis's game that enabled him to go all the way that week?
Robbie touched on it a little bit. It was the discipline, and he has talked about it. He was able to just hang in the backhand cross-court rallies for basically forever until he saw the chance to penetrate with his forehand. And I think we love him for his exuberance and how much flair he brings to the court. And I always thought if he can pair that with a little bit more measurement, it's not even discipline, because he can play very disciplined. He has the athleticism, but it's more the measurement, when to go for the huge shot, when to maybe let the other guy miss a little. And he did that so well in the final against Francis Tiafoe in particular in that third set.
If we had to compile a list of the next major winner on the men's side, where would you have Arthur Fils, Rob?
And he's got to be right up there, I think. Ben Shelton is looming large. Of course, he won in Canada. The following week, it's this guy who wins in Cincinnati. They've both got big games. I'd put Ben ahead of him simply because Ben has been to the latter stages of majors already, whereas Fils hasn't. And I think that does matter. But that's not to say he can't do it this week, this fortnight upcoming.
Yeah, just one round of 16 showing for the Frenchman at a major so far. That was at Wimbledon 2 summers ago.
And one of the most amazing stats about his play at the majors is he's never won a match at a Grand Slam in straight sets. And if you check your numbers there, I think it's 11 that he has won at the majors, Nick. In fact, Nick just shows me that he did at Wimbledon.
Because I remember, well, because he actually came in the press conference afterwards and he said, finally, I've won a match in straight sets.
Excuse me. Yep. I remember chatting with the French players, the former French players about it, some of them who are working in commentary, and they were worried about how is he going to go deep in the majors if he's having to struggle so much early on, playing these longer matches. Getting the wins, yes, but it's obviously taking a lot out of him.
40-30.
Yeah, that one against Raphael Collignon of Belgium.
Winning that particular duel of the two-handers.
He leads 2 games to 1.
And this match moving along at a nice pace. Match of the evening on the Arthur Ashe Stadium for Stars of the Open. It's been a good evening. Kostyuk and Anisimova battled for a set. Marta came out on top there. Lerner, Tien and Flavio Cobolli. Italian looking awfully sharp. And perhaps the pick of the matches so far, Alexandra, Eala and Iva Jovic. Had a bit of everything.
Love 15.
Pekka, tell us what it's like when you've played as well as he has, won a big tournament, what it feels like when you're playing the following week. And you've just got oodles of confidence.
Love 30.
you know what? I think it's the perfect balance for him because he won his biggest title in Mason, Ohio, where there's not much to do. So he will ooze with confidence without having gone too hard on the celebration part, if you know what I mean.
15-30.
Just because of where he was when he won it. So I think he could have just struck the perfect balance for himself there at your feet. And you can see it, right? How he's walking around.
Yeah, got the call up to practice with Carlos Alcaraz yesterday.
15-40.
I'm talking about from the perspective of winning a title of that magnitude. I won a Futures once, and I thought I was the best player in the world. So I can't imagine what it must be like when you win a Masters 1000. How tall you must be walking.
It's nicely finished from Michelsen.
30-40.
She had the opportunity to go to college. Alex for a short while weighed up the decision, but decided that that wasn't for him. Results came pretty quickly, didn't they?
Yeah, I think he was going to become a Georgia Bulldog.
Game. Peace. Peace leads 3-1.
Yeah, Alex the first to admit as well, personality-wise, he's not always the most sociable. He likes to keep himself to himself. Michelsen.
First time I saw him was actually at the Baylor campus. He's playing the Waco Challenger. Couldn't believe how good the guy's backhand was. Made the semi-finals that week. Saw him for a couple of days in a row.
Spent some time in Southern California this summer and spent some time around people that knew the Michelsen family very well, and they actually said to me, if you've seen Alex's mum play, she had a backhand exactly like her son.
Yep.
Identical. Both of real strength of their games.
Wow, speaking of great backhands, how about that?
And that was the backhand I was talking about earlier. He was able to play that so repeatably well over in Cincinnati, and that's when the opponents didn't quite know what to do anymore with him.
He's
in a hurry as well as the world number 11.
Changing his serving position here, Nick.
It
took me 6 months to figure out why that Michelsen backhand was so good when he was playing in Newport. I watched him beat John Isner in the semis there, and I watched him throw a ball into the stands after he won. He threw it in with his left hand. That's when the penny dropped. He's a natural lefty, so hitting a backhand comes very easily to him.
Trying to hit the ball. A very small channel. That's excellent to wipe that smile off his face right now. He's in the form of his life. It's this last set of the evening, 4-1. Andrea Petkovic is up out of her chair, and she's going to have a quick chat with the Frenchman.
Arthur, just a couple of days ago, you won your biggest title. Now you're here in New York. How's the body feeling? And were you able to bring your form with you from Cincinnati to New York?
Yeah, well, the forehand is here, that's for sure. The body feels okay. I mean, it's not the best that I've ever been, but it's all right. I mean, I'm moving quite okay today, so it's cool.
And your dad was not in Cincinnati, but I see him over there now. He already did like this one time. So how is the energy of the dad now fitting into the team now?
He's cool, he's cool. He's more relaxed now that I won one. You know, he's coming and just enjoying. I told him that maybe I'm going to make him play today. He said, no, please, so I don't know, I have to think.
And do you approach this seriously? Do you try to win or just testing a few things out? No comment.
No comment.
Thank you.
It's an amazing story, of course. Dad grew up on the courts of Saint-Michel, just outside of Paris. He was there day and night teaching his son the sport. Goran Ivanisevic as well was brought onto the team, wasn't he, earlier in the season?
15 left.
He's one of the quickest guys around the court. There's Fils.
He almost took this serve on the half volley, and he got so quickly to the net that he left himself vulnerable to the lob. Just get the sense this city could be a good fit for this atmosphere here.
Why would you think that? Oh, that is some awesome athleticism. Some nice hang time from Alex. Of course, I say that in jest, Nick, but
15.
You're right. And I think the balance for Arthur's going to be not getting too high on the emotions, because that can be draining too. And especially if he's harboring ambitions of playing late into the second week.
Yeah, Tsitsipas first up. Wouldn't surprise if that was a night session at some point in the first 3 days.
15.
Steph, I think it's fair to say, not the player he was maybe a couple of years ago.
But he'll relish the opportunity, right? He'll know what it feels like to be on the other side of that matchup equation.
No player
30-15
on the men's tour hits the forehand as big and with as much spin combined as this guy. The tour leaders in that regard. Combination.
We've had two cutaways of Ivan Sinkas in this match, in the blue there, and that is the first 3 times now that I've ever seen him smile mid-match. He has always got his game face on. Thoroughly enjoying proceedings out here. Good to see.
48-30.
I mean, when you're playing with confidence.
When it's 40-15, I will go. Okay?
Asking coach to come out. Coach is feeling a little nervous. Doesn't want to close out the game for his charge.
Michelsen moving through the gears.
Twins? My co-commentator knows all about that.
Yeah, so does my bank balance. It's a blessing, they said, Rob.
In disguise. That's another forehand that's licked the line.
Game, peace.
So the wall number 11.
5 games 2-2.
Has come to play. And is carrying the form forwards we saw in Cincinnati. And tonight he's got a 5-2 lead. And we've heard from Fils. Let's hear from the Californian. He's alongside Andrea.
Alex, you've had injuries this year, but you also won a huge challenger title just a couple of weeks ago. Where do you think your tennis is at right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I've been playing better these last few weeks. Yeah, after French Open, it was a tough go of it. Had to drop down to the challengers for a minute and get some matches. I was very fortunate to get through with the title there, and yeah, now I'm feeling great about my tennis here at the Open. Life's good.
What kind of exhibition player are you? Are you the one that makes big shots, or do you try to win? What kind are you?
I mean, I'm not that guy with like a crazy amount of power, but I like to think I have decent hands, so like I want to do that, but like he's hitting it so hard, so it's tough for me to do that kind of fun stuff and try to serve volley, trying to keep it fun, but yeah.
Nice. We're really enjoying it, so you're doing a great job, Alex. Thank you.
Who have we got here?
He's pretty confident. You just stand back. Let me go and receive.
Time. Now, this is Jacob Mizrahi, 8 years of age, from Brooklyn.
And I think I might know his dad. Can you believe that? I think Jacob's dad might be Marshall.
Give it up for Jacob Mizrahi from Brooklyn.
And I hope it is, because they are tennis fanatics.
Oh, he's hanging with the stars. Let's see what he's got.
He's got some good footwork on him, yeah. Without a doubt, he has his mum's genes.
From Brooklyn.
New York, keep it going. Show him some love.
What a champion.
And what an experience as well.
Oh! 15 left.
Lovely bit of feel.
30 left.
Michelsen, who last year at the US Open lost in the opening round to Francisco Comasagna. Well, he gave him a little chance. And Michelsen got there with time to spare.
40 left. Game, Michelsen. These leads 5 games to 3.
Not this time.
Love 15.
Just falling away off that shot a little more. Does give you so little time on the ball, though. It's more time to settle when he strikes the forehand with as much authority as he is doing right now. From all different parts of the court as well.
30-15.
When you've got the kind of confidence he's got now, you feel like you can put the ball anywhere on the court. And do it several different ways.
40-15.
Now it's a hard-turning set of tennis.
6 games to 3.
To put the seal on the evening. He's a showman. He's Arthur Feast. And he's a winner as well right now. A set that goes his way. Very much much looking forward to seeing what sort of challenge he can produce at the main event.